Look at me all over the place. Okay, I'm gonna go. Wait, let me check. Make for sure my volume right. Oh, nope, my volume wasn't right. So, as I promised from the last live, uh, that when I came back, I was going to talk about some stuff going on in the White House briefing. All because, for some reason, as I was talking about vamps and Bada and Barack Obama and all that stuff, it took me to a current up-to-date event in the White House briefings about LL Cool J and MC Lyte. I am the light. I am the light. Anyways, let's see what L and light has to do with the Northern Star, according to the White House briefings. So this is a current, up-to-date biblical Babylon at the White House. The first, I'm going to go through what they have written down before I get to that briefing. And then I'm going to click it and I'm going to read that long behind. I'm talking about it's long before they get to something about the Northern Star. And again, it's all connected because that information is coming to you direct in real time in a DMZ effect kind of way. DMZ York, y'all know what type of effect that is. Sacred Nuwapian teachings. I was speaking on Bara and the Anunnaki, and it took me to LL Cool J and MC Lyte. Chief Engine Dusha Wah, great light to you, great light, great light. Okay, so the first statement. Let me put my glasses on. Let me get my glasses. I've been doing real good. I can read a little bit longer than with my telescopes or with my eyeglasses. My eyeglass of water. Watery eyes. Eyeglass and watery eyes. Look, statement by President Biden on recognition of the NIUE. It's spelled N-I-U-E. Is that NIUE? Statement by President Biden on the recognition of NIUE and establishment of diplomatic relations. I didn't click that link. But if you're interested, it happened September 25th. Today is the 25th already? Oh my goodness. The 25th of what? Septic tanks. Then after that, it says statement by President Biden on the recognition of Cook Islands. I'm saying Brother Cook has his own island. Did y'all know that? Huh? I mean, they got an island where they can cook on. Well, I don't know. Remember when I told y'all I looked at Google Earth the other day and there's a whole new landmass coming to the surface? But they probably won't mention it or talk about it until whenever, well, they mentioned it today. Some lost land is coming up. They call it the 8th continent is coming up out of the water in the Pacific. Every time I say it, it's happening. Is it me, huh, Engine? Chief Engine? I don't know. Let me keep reading. Why did I bring that up? Because it says Cook Islands. All the cooks is established with diplomatic relations on Cook Islands. So, statement by President Biden on recognition of Cook Islands and establishment of diplomatic relations. Extreme House, there go to Bell. Extreme House Republicans' chaos is marching America towards a shutdown that would jeopardize vital nutrition assistance for nearly 7 million vulnerable moms and young children. What about the men? They always leave the men out. The men don't get hungry. The men ain't got nothing to worry about. And all the different communities that they talking about supposed to come and be one, and Kamala going from slithering her tongue talking about freedom over here, and the colleges ain't gonna be jeopardized, huh? The criticals that she called the red banner people, they not gonna be anybody under Rainbow Coalition. They ain't gonna be the Jews. They definitely okay according to her anti-Semitism um, vulturing march that she's doing, huh? And everything Biden and everybody's going to be military is getting all their funds. The only people that's going to be affected, the Republicans ain't even making no decisions, but they saying that the Republicans is causing a shutdown that's going to jeopardize women and children. You see how Biden be threatening people? You see how you see the little mind games that they play? That's okay. He said extreme House Republicans chaos is marching America towards a shutdown that would jeopardize vital nutrition assistance for nearly 7 million. They got it down to a number, 7 million vulnerable moms and young children. That was September 25th. Then I guess whatever's happening with Yom Kippur, they not going to be affected. Because he had a statement, and I'm pretty sure somewhere in that statement on September 24th, they don't say nothing about the Yom Kippur celebration. People who celebrate it, they ain't going to be affected. And then here in this award show, MC Lyte them, they ain't going to be affected. Huh? 2 days, 3 days later, with all this stuff. Look, the readout of a workforce roundtable. Remember I said, what's her name? Gina Raimondo says, huh? Says that it's going to be a workforce that looks like America. Huh? Well, she's saying there's a readout of a workforce roundtable with Black elected officials, philanthropies, unions, and NGOs. I don't know what the NGO mean, but they're not going to be affected. Only 7 million mothers and children are going to be affected. Letter from Dr. Kevin O'Connor, President of Biden's COVID and influenza vaccination. The people who creating the vaccinations, they not going to be affected, huh? So let me go back up to this award show that I promised that I would come back and read, because it says something about a North Star at the end. And when you equate or think of North Star, what is the first thing come to mind? You tell me. When you hear North Star, what do you think about, Miss M? I'm not going to say your whole name on here.
Like God.
You think of automatically God, right?
Yep.
North Star, Chief Engineer Dushawa, what do you think about? As soon as you hear North Star. No? Okay. Well, this award show, Lilith, this award show, remarks by President Biden, where LL Cool J and MC Lyte hosted for 50 years or whatever. I'm going to read. The brightest star in the sky. Nobody else thinks of 3 wise men and nothing else, right? Yep, brightest star, the North Star. Okay, let's see. Remarks by President Biden and Vice President Harris at the 2023 Congressional Black Caucus. It's a cock. When the cock crow thrice, you'll deny me twice. Right, wait, no, when the cock crow twice, you'll deny me thrice. How many times was Jesus denied off of the Cacas? Huh, the Cacas. I remember I said it in somebody chat one day. I said, you know there's a black caucus, huh? Look, my friends coming, get your tail somewhere else. And this happened at the Phoenix The phoenix, the black caucus is rising out of the phoenix. You don't think they playing Revelation to death, are they? No. Yes, thrice. That's what I said. You deny me. Oh, it was thrice. It was 3 times. So when the caucus crow off of Phoenix rising 2023 times, they gonna deny me 3 times. No, twice. I don't know. Let me read it. Let me read it. Stop talking. Dog, I gotta read it. Be quiet. Remarks by President Biden and Vice President Kamala Kaka, slithering tongue, daughter of Cali, granddaughter of Good Iblis, cousin of Prime Minister Modi with his rainbow hat and the forerunner for the Rainbow Coalition and Anti-Semitism Law, Kakas Harris, who says if you don't join the covenant between her and Biden, you will not be a light source to your community. That's what she said. She ain't take it back, and she didn't stutter, huh? And she said it with force, and she said, "You are criticals." She stood up and raised her voice with her neck protruding out like a grown man who lift weights. Anyways, let me read this one more time. Remarks by President Biden and Vice President Kakas Harris at the 2023 Congressional Black Caucus Phoenix Awards. It's long too, y'all. I'm finna read. Dang, man. September 23rd, 2023. It was on the 23rd, on the 23, 2323, 123, Walter, East Washington Convention Center. Huh? They was near the Waltons and the Washingtons. And whoever the E means in the convention center, that's where they did this Black Caucus Phoenix Rising Awards. Huh? At 9:17 p.m. Is there a significance between the 9 and the 17? I don't know. But Vice President, she said, "Good evening, CBC." Who is the CBC? I don't know. And they clapped. "Good evening, everyone," to our CBC chair, Stephen Horsford. He's a Horsford. Oh, my goodness. Y'all see this? So is his family the creators of the horsepower that came from Ford? Is a horse a course of a horse? I don't know. I don't know. But Kamala Harris addressed him first. Huh? The Congressional Black Caucus. Not CBN. Huh? Not CBS. CBC. UCBC. And she always standing up somewhere where it's black. But when she send 1 in 4 Americans, like she said, over to Africa, she not going to send her children, huh? No, she ain't. She not going to send. Okay, my bad. Let me stick to the script. Let me stick to the script, my bad. So the dude who is the chairman for the Black Caucus, the caucus black, what are they called? The Black Caucus, Congressional Black Caucus. His name is Stephen Horsford. Our CBCF chair, is she stutters. She says, Terry Sewell, huh? I want to thank you both for your years of service to the CBC and to our nation. I also thank our leader. So she's saying that the Congressional Black Caucus is her leader too. She got so many leaders. Callie is her mama. She says she's the daughter of Callie. Prime Minister Modi. President Obama. Hakeem Jeffries is her leader. I knew it was something, see, and where Hakeem Jeffries come from, when Biden was promoting him and pushing for him, he said, "Don't smile too much because you wouldn't even be here if it wasn't for me." He said that several times and everybody missed it. I caught it. I was like, wait a minute. Rewind that. What he said? He said, yeah, if it wasn't for me now, don't get too happy. He's saying, I need you to remember me when I'm gone. When I come back, you better act like you know who I am, that you ain't forget where you came from. Biden said that out his own mouth about Hakeem Jeffries. Okay? I think they used his DNA and Obama DNA to create him. Because why is Kamala Harris, the vice president, talking about Hakeem is her leader? Y'all get ready for Hakeem and Mika. Mika is the artificial intelligence in charge of the liquor stores who say she is better than Elon Musk. They want to make black look good to everybody. Okay, go ahead and be black then. Okay. My bad. Y'all know how I get when I get to the White House briefings. Okay. I also want to thank our leader, Hakeem Jeffries, for the outstanding leadership at this time. And of course, always assistant leader, Jim Clyburn. Clyburn. For real. Cleotis Byrne. No, oh my goodness. And then of course, she's saying then of course, a horse is a horse, of course, of course. How many times she gonna say horse?
You have a long sleeve shirt.
Long sleeve? Nope. Nope. You know, as wide as I am, I got stuff that make it cover you. You can use this dress. Let me see.
I don't care.
Look, that wide. Look, dress of many colors. Did I wash it? Yep. Dress of many colors.
Yep.
That should cover you up good?
Yes, ma'am.
That's gonna work? All right. All right. Here. She says a horse is a horse, of course, so many times after saying first thank you to Stephen Horsford. So, and then, of course, there's Secretary of Housing and Urban Development. What happened to Ben Carson? Ben Carson is not the secretary. Oh, yeah, that was under Trump. 7-Day Adventist, Ben Carson. Gifted Hands, Ben Carson. A man who could take and separate the brain of Siamese twins, Ben Carson. He is not the Secretary of Housing and Urban Development anymore. It's Marsha Fudd. Marsha Fudge. And she says she's incredible. I also extend congratulations to all our Phoenix Award members, including, LL Cool J and MC Lyte received the Phoenix Award. Really? Okay. I also extend congratulations to all our Phoenix Award winners, including LL Cool J and MC Lyte, representing 50 years of hip hop. It's something not right about Mama Gun Knock You Out. LL standing at the bus stop, sucking on a lollipop, going back to Cali. It's something not right about the going back to Cali, especially after Kamala Harris said she's the daughter of Cali. Huh? No, that's just me. That's just my stinking thinking, ain't it? I'm doing too much? I think I'm doing too much. Well, and to all the members of CBC here tonight, we have worked together on so many issues over the years, from combating maternal mortality to protecting voting rights, from eliminating lead pipes and expanding access to capital. She sounds stupid to me. Just reading this coming out of her mouth, I'm glad I didn't watch it. I don't have time to watch them like I used to. You know, I used to sit and watch them live and watch them do these before reading the briefings. I probably would have laughed to death. That's what they want to do. They say we can't kill her. She's protected. She's covered. We got to do something else, like have her die laughing. So as a proud founder of the CBC member, Oh, she says, so as a proud former CBC, so she was a Balak Caucus. Oh, Balak Caucus. I thank you for your partnership and for your leadership. The CBC has always been a conscience of our country, a truth teller. Wait a minute. Oh, this is getting good. Oh, I gotta sit properly for this one. Let me take my time. She said the Congressional Black Caucus has always been a conscience of our country, a truth teller. Truths about where we have been and where we are going. If they had the truth, there wouldn't be so many people in the conscious community trying to find the truth. Really? If they had the truth, everybody would know where they come from. It would not be no division about who's indigenous and who was here first. No, it wouldn't. She's lying. Ain't she? No, that's just me. Okay. Well, truths about where we have been and where we must go. Tonight, let us continue to speak truth. Across the sea, now, Biden's favorite word has become transparent, and the government has been using the word transparent. Tonight, she wants to use the word truth. Ooh, tonight, let us continue to speak truth. Across America, there is a full-on attack on many of the hard-fought, hard-won freedoms that the CBC has achieved. Obviously, they lying about something because she's going around on a marching mission, slithering her tongue, talking about everybody need to fight for their freedom, meaning that people aren't free. So the Congressional Black Caucus is lying to people. If she was a former Congressional Black Caucus and she's running her mouth, spitting shiver language all over the land, talking about people ain't free and they need to fight for their freedom. That's something don't sound right here. Get back. Get away. Go. Across America, there's a full attack on many of the hard-fought, hard-won freedoms that Congressional Black Congress has achieved, and the freedom to vote, to teach America's full history, to address iniquity and diversity. She stuttered there. To love who you love. She's saying you can love whoever you want to love. It don't matter if it's against the laws of nature. It's okay. She's saying the Black Congressional, they fought for that, And Reverend Jesse Jackson backs it up with his Rainbow Coalition, on the cross at the pulpit. To access education, health care, and economic opportunity, and the freedom of a woman to make a decision about her own body, And on the last point, let us be clear. Just consider the highest court in our land, the court of Thurgood, Thurgood Marshall just took a constitutional right that had been recognized from the American people, from the women of America, and as a result, in state after state across our country, extremist so-called leaders passed laws to criminalize doctors and punish women, many with no exception, even for rape or incest. And let us be clear, see, against the laws of God. She's slithering and spitting her DNA all across the land. And people okay with it. Let us be clear. One does not have, I can't stand when I hear people say, one must believe it. One must, I'm not saying there's something wrong with you doing. I'm just saying it's something I don't like. And here she go. One does not have to abandon their faith or deeply held beliefs to agree the government should not be telling her what to do with her body. But If they go against you, they won't be a light source to the community, huh? What is your faith, Kamala Kakas, Slytherin tongue daughter of California, granddaughter of Good Iblis, cousin of President Modi, Prime Minister Modi, and everything else that you said you are? What is your belief, huh? With all this standing on the pulpit that you doing? Why did you need my mama hand to pray with you? I'm back at that, huh? Since I'm over here listening, reading your bull crap. And so many of us decided before the midterms to take it to the streets. Oh, she was beating the streets with her tongue, huh? To energize and organize and mobilize. That's EOM, right? Oh, Toby, TOE, I don't know. And let us remember all these pundits who have predicted a red wave. There she go on the red, critical red wave. There it is. She had to throw it in. Red flag. Everything she talk about, it's critical for the Reds, huh? Well, that didn't happen. Instead, up and down the ballot, the American people elected leaders who stand for freedom and liberty, including several new members of the caucus. Caucus. Together, the Congressional Black Caucus is helping to lead the fight for reproductive freedom. Just as you continue to, I wonder, what does this have to do with Phoenix Rising, with LL Cool J and MC Lyte getting awards? That was like just thrown in there. And I do believe the right to be safe is a civil right. Wait, I do believe the right to be safe is also a civil right. Today, however, gun violence is the #1 cause of death for American children. How she threw that in there? She just throwing stuff all over the place. But do you know they just made another office position, and she's the head of that? She's the head of the guns, y'all. Yeah, they gave her the guns. They said whoever was in control of it or trying to do it, the military ain't doing what they supposed to do. Not only is she the vice president that's laying down the red carpet for Shiva, huh? And all of her ancestors like Kamala, Callie, huh? And Murdoch and Merlot them and all that. She controls the guns. Go look it up. Don't believe me. Check it out. They just made her head nigga in charge of the guns, y'all. So she had to throw that in there just to let y'all know. She ain't say it here. You had to go read it. Today, however, gun violence is the #1 cause of death for American children. But instead of protecting our children, extremists obstruct. We all know the story of the Justins. Silence, microphones, expulsion from the chamber. So outrageous that the next morning I got on Air Force 2. They made an Air Force 2 for her. Huh? I got on Air Force 2 and flew down to Nashville, where I saw thousands of young leaders with courage, determination, moral clarity, and a demand for action. Demanding, as we all do, red flag laws, universal background checks, and a renewal of assault weapons ban. And on Congressional Black Caucus, please, let us just take a moment to call out the hypocrisy that we tried to ban assault weapons and they tried to ban books. We want to keep, no, they wasn't trying to ban books. They was trying to ban the books that tell your children you can take and dismantle your body parts and do whatever you choose with your body parts. And your parents don't have no say-so over what you say. If you, a child that make a decision that you want to, that's what they was banning. You lying, slithering, serpent, teen tongue, Kamala Harris. We want to keep guns out of schools. We want to keep books out of schools. Wait, we want to keep guns out of school. They want to keep books out of schools. And it does not stop there. In Florida, there she want to attack Florida. We the best. Huh? In Florida, they intend to tell our children that enslaved people benefited from slavery. No, that's not true. She's lying. That's why she won't go down there and say anything and confront, because she's lying. That's not what they're saying. There is a flow in the community where they are saying that right there, the keeping up with that and reminding people, just like keeping them statues up, when the history isn't even all the way clear. You're finding out every day that this part of history was a lie and this part of his story was a lie. Huh? That the true knowledge, if you really wanted to flip it and say that there wasn't as much slavery as people think, and all they doing is replaying, and most of the slave masters was Negroes. I'm saying, I learned this in the conscious community. So if that's the case, and it's such a big discrepancy on what is true about a history that people don't even have all the information about unless they get... Oh, they blocked me out. They don't want me to talk. Am I still live? I need to check if I'm still live. Huh? Because they shut me down. They shut me down. They just shut me down. Let me see if I'm still coming in. Am I still coming in? Am I? Hello? Am I? Hello? Yep. Okay, I'm still coming in. Now let me go back to what I was reading. They just put, you are not able to connect. Oh, man. Goodness. Wait a minute. Give me a minute. Give me a second. I got to get back to the whitehouse.gov. They didn't like that there. They don't like that what I just said. So let me just read and be quiet. Look at that. Look at my screen. Well, I said when I went down to Florida, there's no round table, no lecture, no invitation. We will accept to debate an undeniable fact. There were no redeeming qualities to slavery. If there's no redeeming qualities to slavery, why is you sending 1 in 4 Americans back to Africa to be a slave to the U.S. cybersecurity trust mark? No. Roseanne Barr. Woo! I have also been on national college tour to convene our best and brightest in the importance of defending our hard-fought freedoms. And with great joy, I can report back these young leaders are in fight because they know it does not have to be this way. They know that Congress passes a bill to put back in place the protection of Roe versus Wade, that our President Joe Biden will sign it. When Congress renews the assault weapons ban, President Joe Biden will sign it. Look at her. Huh? And when you pass Joe Lewis Voting Rights Advancement Act and Freedom to Vote Act, Joe Biden will sign it. See all this stuff they saying that when they said people had the freedom to vote, that they was lying all these years. See? So I conclude with this. I believe that it is a sign of strength of the leader to have some level of curiosity, concern, and care for the struggles of the people. That a real leader has empathy. Well, our president, Joe Biden, is such a leader. He's a liar. He has the courage and the compassion, the skill and the purpose to meet his very moment in our country, and he is ready to fight. What that got to do with LL Cool J and MC Lyte? I don't get it. So please join me in welcoming the President of the United States, Joseph Kane, Finnegan Can't, Joseph Crackstone, off for Portuguese Wednesday movies. Claimed to be Azazel as well. And he don't care. She just welcomed him. Well, he says, whoa, hello, hello, hello. He says hello 3-4 times. It's good to be home at Congressional Black Caucus. He say it was good to be home. Huh? I thought he was from Delaware. I thought he was from Delaware. What do he mean good to be home? Huh? I don't know. Let me find out. Oh. Okay. He says it's good to be home. I'm trying to see if I can scan through. I don't really like reading his stuff no more. I know it's straight spelled. Children will sign it. President. So please let me welcome. Yeah, I better read it. Look, I came for one really important reason. So it's only one really important reason. To say thank you. Thank you for all you've done for the country. And selfishly, thank you for what you've done for me. I started off in a kid in the civil rights movement in Wilmington, Delaware, when I was in high school. And the community, we won by a staggering 31 or 3,200 votes when I ran for the first time for the Senate at age 29 years old. Look at them numbers. On the 23rd, he said 32,000, 31, 32 at 29 years old. And Nixon won by 64% of the vote in my state. I won because virtually 90% of African American community, we have see, he didn't even finish. He didn't even finish. Let me go back to what he said. I won because virtually, this was a virtual move. They had virtual reality back then when he was 29. Well, he said virtually 90% of African American community, we have large community. He's a we now, huh? Voted for me. I owe you. I owe you. I owe you. Thank you. He say I owe you 3 times. A-E-I-O-U, and sometimes why? A-E-I-O-U. He said I owe you. I owe you. I owe you. Thank you. And they clapping. They don't even know what they clapping for. They don't know that they clapping because he raising a demon devil, huh? They don't realize that he said, and they said they raised Shiva over the United States, and Shiva is in the seat of the United States hierarchy. They don't know that. I don't believe they know that. I don't believe they pastors and teachers and stuff in the church teaching them what Biden them has been saying that they are doing. Huh? And he telling them they owe it. What is it that he owe if he said he buying Americans? If he say he done bought you, then he gonna tell you he owe you too? That sound like a beat down, huh? Look. Yeah, I just bought you and I owe you. I owe you what? If you bought everything, okay. You bought everything in the house. How you owe somebody if you bought everything? He said, I'm buying Americans. Huh? And you are under a covenant with me. And I'm telling you thank you, but I'm telling you I owe you something. And he made sure he said it 3 times. What is it? They don't know what they clapping for. I can't stand that too. When people just be clapping. You better be listening when you clapping. I'm one of those. I like to clap. But I be listening to what I owe you. I owe you. I owe you. Oh boy. And thank you, Kamala. Now he going to Kamala for the introduction and for your partnership. Always fighting for freedom. She always fighting for freedom. That means they been lying about something. Didn't they tell the American people they were free in 18 when? What was that date? Huh? I mean the ones who were still enslaved. I'm just saying. Ain't that's how the story go? See, that's why, what's his name? Florida, want to throw them books out to say, because look, y'all told the people they were free. So something wrong with the history. Because now you telling them they ain't free. So we need to know that the story is straight and true before you keep teaching the children. Because what is you going to teach them now? If you teaching them your history telling them they ain't free and they still fighting. So here he is, Kamala Kaka Harris, that says she is the daughter of Gali, huh? The good daughter of good Iblis, huh? Related to Prime Minister Modi, throwing America up under the rule of Shiva, huh? She said, Biden said, she always fighting for freedom. She's doing an incredible job too. Is she? That's what he say. And she really is, like he reminded people too. I told you I was going to have a smart vice president and an African American woman. So he had planned this since he was 29. He said, when I make it to president, I'm going to have me a nigger girl. And she's going to be smart. Are you smart? And we got one. Look, he sound like DJ Khaled. And we got one, huh? And I'm honored to be with all of you tonight. He say all of you is a cockeye Kamala Harris to me. Stephen, the CBC chair, and Terry, thank you very much. You are the foundation's co-chair. Uh-oh, Senator Warnock was there? Oh, y'all know who Senator Warnock is. He made more money than any Negro in history for Biden and for America, ever. And Senator Warnock, and they crossed out congressmen and put Congresswoman Plaskett, and inaudible these chairs. If something happened that he didn't say properly or loud enough. But Congresswoman was a congressman and they crossed it out. Congresswoman Plaskett. Look, the CBC members, the Congressional Black Caucus staff and alum were here, include those who serve across my administration, like the Secretary of Housing and Urban Development, huh? HUD, Marsha Fudge, who is joined by several other cabinet members. What does this have to do with LL Cool J and MC Lyte? They just threw that in there. Huh? I guess they did that just to get my attention, huh? Because I don't see what it got to do with anything. Phoenix Rising. Hakeem Jeffries, a leader with integrity and courage. Courage, he says it 3 times. Anytime he want to get a point across, huh? And Karen Bass, a visionary mayor, and does whatever she says she's going to do. Uh-oh. And Corinne Jean-Pierre, my press secretary. No wonder I'm doing okay. So she is part of the Congressional Black Caucus. And Justin Jones. Justin Jones, a new voice who gives hope for the future. Oh, Justin made it into the Congressional Congress. I know who they talking about. That dude looked like like his hair perm. I know who they talking about. Okay. And 2 of the greatest artists of our times. Oh, wait a minute. So MC Lyte and LL Cool J are Congressional Black Caucus? What? She say, I am the Light. I knew it was something strange and weird about LL Cool J all my life. I tell you, I'm not exaggerating. I ain't never liked LL like that. Huh? He licked his lips too much. Huh? He looked like he's supposed to be albino. I don't know. It's just something about him. This ain't never been right to me. But let me see what Biden has to say about how he looked. and two of the great artists of our time, representing the groundbreaking legacy of hip hop in America. LL Cool J. By the way, that boy I think that man has got got biceps bigger than my thighs. I think he's been and MC Lyte. He don't even finish the sentence. He sound like he going on a little tangent, like I don't know. What is this? Let me read it one more time. I don't know what MC Lyte and LL Cool J got to do with black Cacas, but I'm going to find out. It don't sound right. See how they talked about guns and safety and all that, and they all this extra, and then turned right around and talked about, wait a minute. And two of the great artists of our time, representing groundbreaking legacy of hip hop in America. So they saying the Congressional Black Caucus, you ain't worth nothing but some hip hop. A hop, a hippie to the hippie, the hip hop, and you don't stop. A boogie to the bang bang boogie, it up, jump the boogie to the boogie to the boogie to be, And two of the greatest artists of our times, representing groundbreaking legacy of hip hop in America. LLJ. He says LLJ. I think this is a code right here, y'all. I do. Even down to the word biceps and all. I think this was the spell right here. And he called him a boy. He said, wait, LLJ, Cool J, by the way, that boy I think that man has got biceps bigger than my thighs. I think he's been and MC Lyte. Both of you. Thank you. What was that? What the hell was that? I'm gonna take a picture. I'm gonna put this in my this right here don't make no sense. I don't know what that be about, but I'm gonna make sure that I post this. As a matter of fact, let me post it right now. What time is it? Look, let you see the time. I'm posting this one right now. Ooh, something ain't right about that. Right in my community post. Am I? Uh-oh, I'm still live. Yep, I'm still live. Wait a minute. Community post. Here. Up. Put a post. Oh, hold on. Give me a second. I got to put this there. It don't look right. I don't know what that be about. Goodness. Ground bacon. What is he talking about? He ain't even say nothing special about MC Lyte. Huh? Here we go. Here we go. I just put something real quick. I might change the title in a minute, edit it later. I just needed to put that in there real quick. Weird. That's weird. What kind of spell was that? What kind of spell? Okay. All right, I'm back at it. I'm about to go back to it. So let me read it one more time. LLJ, Cool J, By the way, that boy I think that man has got biceps bigger than my thighs. I think he's been and MC Lyte. Both of you, thank you. Because they're both have the night off on the mic, you know. You're all here to listen to New Edition. What? New Edition was there too? Mike Bivens, 40 years producing music that lifts our souls. Yeah, right, really? That girl is poison. Poison apples. For Lilith to tell Eve, go ahead and eat it. Vampires and all. New Edition, Mike Bivens. So they was there too. Oh man, producing music for Lift Our Souls. ABC, BBD. Wait, 1, 2, 3. Who? I don't know. 40 years and still considered new. I can understand that. Oh, I was talking about new earlier, how everything seemed brand new. Oh boy. In February of 1971, the year before I got to the United States Senate, 200 years ago, ha ha ha. I believe that, huh? I told y'all, he is reincarnated. Joseph Crackstone and everybody else that they got going on in they little, Wednesday Netflix shows and Portuguese movies. I think it's a little bit longer than that. He said that's who he was, but every time he joke about it, huh? 13 black members of Congress determined to create a better future and leverage their collective strength, formed the Congressional Black Caucus, the conscience of Congress calling us to follow our nation's North Star. Here comes the star, y'all. I'm going to read this one more time, real slow. 200 years ago, 1971, conscious North Star. After he says new edition, brand new, lift our souls. This is a spell. In February 1971, the year before I got to the United States Senate, 200 years ago, 13 black members of Congress determined to create a better future, to leverage their collective strength, form the Congressional Black Caucus, the conscience of Congress calling us to follow our nation's North Star, a light for the dreams and the pains of centuries of enslaved people in America. 13 original colonies. The idea, once the most simple and the most powerful idea in the history of the world, that we're all created equal and deserve to be treated equally throughout our entire lives. We've never lived up to that fully, but we've never walked away from it either. Look, because of the members of Congressional Black Caucus, I think about the progress we've made together in the past 2.5 years. I think of the incredible resilience and spirit of the American people, especially Black Americans. In 2020, in the middle of a deadly pandemic, the historic March for Justice and Equality, you showed up in historic numbers. Your voices were clear. Your votes were decisive. You elected me and Kamala and more members of the Congressional Black Caucus. And together, we enacted historical laws to fundamentally transform this nature. And he stutters and corrects it and says nation. So he says nature to nation. And deliver the promise of America to all Americans. So he's giving America to Americans. Are Americans America or America is Americans? I don't know, but I like to read that small section one more time. And together, we enacted historical laws to fundamentally transform this nation, and deliver the promise of America to all Americans. But we need We need to get the word out on promises made and promises kept. We must get the word out. With so much misinformation, he says information, and then Jean corrected it. Information to misinformation and outright lies. The media that dwells on negative. The people don't know the progress we've made, but they're going to, or they're in the process. So whatever it is that they claim and they've done and all historical can't be seen. Sounds like faith. The substance of things hoped for, evidence of things not seen. And he say, y'all won't see it yet, but it's in progress and you're gonna see it. Oh yes. You know, folks have the audacity to say I cut HBCU funding and people believed it. No, that's not what people had the audacity to say. They had the audacity to say that you was gonna do the debt relief and relieve so many millions and then you reneged on it. That's what people had the audacity to say. Let me clear, he doesn't say let me be clear. He says let me clear. We've invested more than $7 billion into HBCUs. But if you invested $7 billion into HBCUs, why is 7 million mothers and children finna be what did he say? What did the White House say for to happen to 7 million mothers? They is gonna be vulnerably without nutrition. So you see how they lying? No, yes, and it's starting. It's just starting. More that any time in American history, a promise made and a promise kept. Let's be clear. Kamala and I came into office determined to transform how the economy works, change the way it literally functions. He said we didn't just change the way you work in America, we changing the way you function. I remember I couldn't stand to hear my mama say, I know I done did something and screwed up all kind of ways when she say, what's your major malfunction? Huh? Huh? You got some major malfunction? But I mean, she used to stress it too. Huh? Well, he said literally, he changing y'all function junction. If you notice, a lot of mainstream economists are starting to talk about Bidenomics. His little code, copywritten trademark, the stamp under which is his mark. This mark, this trademark, if you let it go through, this Bidenomics is a trademark of the Biden-Harris administration. And it would be sealed and approved by the U.S. Cyber Trust Mark of the Beast. If you don't say no, if you say yes, you accept what Biden and Kamala Harris, slithering Cacas is doing. Here he go, saying, look, if you notice, a lot of the mainstream economists are starting to talk about Bidenomics that grow the economy from the middle out, from the bottom up, and not the top down. He said, there's no more room at the cross. We ain't even doing the cross symbol no more. It ain't no more top down. We only doing the middle out and the bottom up. All that extra, we killing that. That's what he's saying right here. Because when you do that, the poor have the ladder up and the middle class do well. And the wealthy still do very well. Meaning ain't nothing gonna change. Expect that you start paying their taxes. We all do well. Folks, our plan is working. A record 13.5 million new jobs just since we came to office 2 years ago. More jobs than any president has created in a single 4-year term. Black unemployment reaching historic lows. Black small businesses starting up at a faster rate than at any time in the last 25 years. Without a single Republican vote, we took on Big Pharma. I'm trying to figure out what this got to do with LL Cool J and MC Lyte and New Edition, huh? Bobby Brown, did they leave you out of this one, Bobby? Huh? I know they didn't leave Bobby Brown out of this. Big Pharma, I've been fighting for 30 years. We capped. He was capping. He said, we capped. And we won, by the way. We won. We capped and we won. He repeated it too. The cost of insulin for seniors at $35 instead of $400. See how he lied when he was talking about Warnock? He said it's gonna be $10. He said you could get a dime bag of insulin, huh? He said you could get it for the dime, huh? But nah, it's $35. Ain't that's a lot for especially women and children. I'm seeing and hearing more women with diabetes than ever in my life. I'm talking about young women. Everywhere I live, I'm serious lately. What? 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 And now them same women, he said 7 million women and children finna be in jeopardy of something. But here he trying to make it like something look good. We capped out-of-pocket expenses for drugs for seniors at $2,000 a year for all medications. All expensive drugs, including those cancer drugs, he lying, that are 10, 12, $14,000. They'll never have to pay more than $2,000 a year, no matter what their bills are. And we did it without a single Republican vote. And by the way, we got to do it for everybody, not just seniors. Environmental justice jobs in frontline and fence line black communities. Well, there's a front line and a fence line in black communities suffering from a legacy of pollution like Cancer Alley, Louisiana, Route 9 in Delaware. That looked like a whole country by itself. He just looked like he rambling on. Think to my Justice 40 initiative. 40% of all benefits that flow from climate investments must flow directly to disadvantaged and undeserved communities. Not underserved, undeserved communities, like electrifying school buses so kids don't have to breathe polluted air from diesel buses. And all this matters. I made a promise to my campaign to put the first black woman in the United States Supreme Court. And I meant it, and we did it. And with the support of Congressional Black Congress, Ketanji Brown Jackson is on the bench. And she's the brightest of anybody on the bench. And I want to publicly thank Cory Booker, Booker T. I remember I got my head smashed into the concrete for saying Booker T. I didn't know what I was saying. Somebody said, say Booker T, say Booker T. I'm at the lunch table, I was about 8 years old. And I said, Booker T, she said, say it louder. I was like, Booker T. One of them girls got up and she did drag me, put my head hit right in the concrete. I got home, my mama and them said, what happened? I said, I walked into a pole. And it wasn't until I got older that I realized what happened. I'm talking about grown. I was grown. But, yeah, Cory Booker and Dick Durbin and these names, Judiciary Committee for getting it done. Look, with their help, I'm still sitting here trying to figure out what this got to do with MC Lyte, and LL Cool J. Look at their help. I've appointed more black women in federal appellate judges than every other president in the history of the United States combined, more than everyone. We made the largest increase in Pell Grants, helping students from families who nearly make less than $60,000 a year afford college. It matters when more than 70% of black undergraduates borrow Pell Grant recipients. It matters. And our new student debt repayment plan is going to help millions of borrowers, including a significant number of black students. We know black college graduates have an average of $25,000 or more in student debt than white graduates. My plan is to help black students and their families cut their total lifetime payments per half a dollar and a half. Well, and a half. And I'm going to get it done. I'm keeping my promise that no one should be jailed merely for the use of possession of marijuana. God Almighty. What does God Almighty have to do with that sentence? He says, I'm keeping my promise that no one should be in jail merely for the use of possession of marijuana. God Almighty. Literally, he throws God Almighty in that sentence. And those who are in jail are out. They're going to be released and their records are going to be expunged. He did that to mess with me right there. He did that to mess with me. Oh, and he bringing up Lucy in this. Look, folks, thanks for your advocacy, especially Lucy, Jordan's mom. We passed the most significant gun safety law in nearly 30 years. And we'll continue to fight and reinstate assault weapon ban, which, when I was a United States Senator, I got passed. If you got it passed that long ago, how come it's still a problem? It only could kept it for 10 years, but we are going to get it back again. It matters. He talking about my eye. And by the way, look at the numbers. I'm trying to hurry up and read this because I promised I would read the whole thing. So that's why I'm reading fast. And by the way, look at the numbers. When it was there for 10 years, mass shootings dropped precipitously across the nation. It works. And we stand with the Congressional Black Congress to reduce disparities in jobs, healthcare, and education, working hand in hand to close the racial wealth gap and staying committed to the Black Americans' prosperity. I was proud to sign a permanent authorization to Minority Businesses Development Agency for the first time in history, helping even more black borrowers, black-owned businesses grow. Last month, Vice President Harris announced the recipient of more than $100 million in federal funding to help underserved entrepreneurs start small businesses in high growth, high wage industries like healthcare and infrastructure. Plus, my administration oversees hundreds of billions of dollars in federal contracts. Everything from refurbishing the decks of aircraft carriers, installing handrails in federal buildings. I made a commitment that I would increase the number of contracts of African American small businesses by double to 10%. That will bring 15%. That will bring my 2025 15%. That will mean an additional $100 billion going to black small businesses. $100 billion. That's a lot of money to help those racial wealth gaps. Secretary Fudge, Marsha is expanding efforts to build a black generational wealth gap through home ownership, like all middle class folks made it. Huh? You made it. That's what they say. All middle class folks are going to be like, we made it. We the best. That means addressing cruel fact that black family homes often appraised at half value, a significant 20% less value. Same home built across the highway in different neighborhoods. If same home, the black home will be valued. Y'all need to be reading this, man. It's funny. Will be valued at 20% less. Built the same builder by the same outfit. Look, folks, look. We're aggressively combating racial discrimination in housing, including working to restore the rules that says if a community gets federal housing aid, it's not enough to just say we won't discriminate. Has to be meaningful. Take meaningful affirmative steps, overcome patterns, segregation, to give everybody a fair shot. I should go take this into the homeless authorities here and say right here, see how you discriminated? Huh? Let me see that letter of denial. You wrote a letter of denial and I need that right now. Huh? That's what's going down tomorrow, huh? I need the letter of denial right now. And according to this, you doing something wrong, huh? Huh? What you said, our people. What's wrong with my skin color? What, is it too copper? Huh? Because my skin don't look black and it don't look brown. Huh? And I've been out in this sun and it really is copper tone. Is that the problem? No, I'm going to find out tomorrow just because I read this right here. I'm going to screenshot this and I'm going to take it. And I'm going to say, you see what President Biden said. Now, what's the problem? Because they denied me all kind of ways for 30 or 40 days. They say as long as you sitting on the courthouse steps talking about you balancing beams and scales and stuff, huh? You get nothing, huh? But I'm finna go try them and test them out. They said try, huh? We are launching 1 billion private projects. They going on and on and on, and I still don't see what. I'm finna stop reading. I done got bored because I don't see what this have to do. Look, poverty, child, black. Look at the stuff they got here. Tax credit, family, moms. Good for everybody. Just a little breathing room. He's saying he's trying to give y'all a little breathing room. 400,000 schools, clean drinking water, won't damage their brains. Huh? Sense of dignity. He said, his daddy said, Joey, I swear to God. Huh? And he said, when my daddy said, I swear to God, he said something else. Dignity. Honey, it's going to be okay. Promises kept. Huh? Just think about it. Look, dang, he went on and on. He was talking for a long time. Ain't nobody fell asleep. Head Start programs. He targeting the children again. They targeting the children. Obama and Biden administration. There he go. Didn't I tell y'all Biden was the head honcho in charge of this mess right here? Obama nation. Here he says, and folks, you know, when I was vice president at the end of the Obama-Biden administration, I had no intention on running for office again, huh? But they said Bo told him, Bo knows everything. Bo told him, you got to do it, huh? Bo knows everything, huh? I don't know who Bo is, but he said Bo knows. Bo the one told him. And then here he go. We saw people marching. He talking about swastikas, veins bulging, anti-Semitic bile. He talking about boo-boo, boy. Racist bile, Ku Klux. He talking all kind of stuff. Ugly demonstrations. Goodness gracious. I mean, he was going on. What does this have to do with LL Cool J and MC Lyte? He says the president hates breathing oxygen. Oh, he was breathing oxygen into hate. Who he talking about? I don't know. Not to be silent. I choose to run because silence is complicity. I would not be silent. Independence Hall. And thank God because all of you, we won. Victory. Insurrection. Dang, he's still going. Y'all, I wasn't going to be able to read all this tonight. Copper Christ, I appreciate you. Look at this. Still going. Still going. Oh, my goodness. He talking about children, and he got weapons of war in the same section. Audience members. He lied. Somebody in the audience said no real loud. He said something about intelligence people that walk the streets of America because they're wearing the symbol of faith. They can get killed just from walking the streets. He trying to scare people into whatever it is that he doing. Look at that. Look at that. And he using MC Lyte, the first gangsters of hip hop. Mama Tia, Mammy Tia, he's saying we put up them monuments to remind you, you better not whistle while you work, while we working you. Look at this, look at this. Oh my goodness, he's still going. Proclamation, galvanization, Kamala, the Juneteenth. He talking about Juneteenth and the Echo Anthem and Sam Cooke. You know, Sam Cooke is a straight spell. Obama used it. Obama used him. Jennifer Hudson in here. Oh my goodness. Oh my God. I'm talking about he going on and on. Jennifer Hudson, from her soul to Sam Cooke. Anthem Echo 13. He gone back to the 13 black members of Congress. Retelling the story. Here it is. So on this night, let's remember the change does come. Let's look to see our North Star shining bright. For if we do, we'll do something few generations can say. We will save and extend our democracy. We are the United States of America. There's nothing beyond our capacity. Nothing. 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 God bless you all. And God protect our troops. That's how he ends it. He ends it with this North Star proclamation. Let's look to see our North Star shining bright. For if we do, we will do something few generations can say. We will have saved and extended our democracy. So the democracy is ruled by the North Star. That's it. In closing, and whatever MC Lyte and LL Cool J going back to Cali have to do with it, huh? Who knows? But I'm about to close out. I stayed up late. Look at that. Huh? She over there knocked out. Huh? Goodness. Greater Light. I'll be back live tomorrow. I probably more than likely will. After I go take and show them what President Biden said, like, why y'all keep rejecting me? Today they told me I had too many health issues. And I said I'm healed in Jesus' name. You don't see me limping no more. Now that I'm healed, huh? Now that I'm healed up, huh? And Jesus got me where I can walk, no limp. I ain't feeling no numbness. I'm totally clean. I'm talking about ain't nothing. Well, I did take 4 ibuprofens the other day. Nothing in my system. All good, huh? I used to do so I can not deal with the pain and nothing, huh? Clean. They said, you know what? You got too many health ailments on these documents. Your scan says you have had a cerebral stroke, a stroke in your cerebellum. This paperwork says you had this many TIAs. This right here says you've been cut 6 times on your stomach. This one here says you have nodules in your left lung. This here says you have had a numerous amounts of blood transfusions. It says that your blood says you're alpha thalassemia and sickle cell trait. And we can't give you any assistance because you have too many ailments. What? Okay. I need the letter of denial, For real? For what? For real? No. Yes. Yeah, I'm for to put Biden to the test, and see who they think they playing with, You won't shut me up, government. I will not be quiet, I am Sirach, I am Israel, I am Judah, Roar, Lion of Judah, roar. Greater Light.